Not a cold cough. Simply off the greenery. We gonna have fun tonight. And we gonna get hot tonight. And we gonna burn it down tonight. 'Cause we gonna get hot tonight. Woo. It's one of them type beats. It's one of them Mac Miller type beats. I ain't listened to a lot of Mac Miller, so y'all probably know better than I do. But anyways, welcome to another episode of the Double Jointed Podcast within the Double Jointed Network. You might have noticed it's just me. Or you might have noticed I got a co-host over there to the right. But he don't talk that much. So I guess it's just me today. So this is going to be a special episode of One to the Head. And I've already done one of these episodes already if y'all want to go through my little, the history and the videos and whatnot. So this is going to be more like episode 2 of One to the Head. And that's how I'm going to celebrate by taking one to the head. Well, me and Smoke, you're going to hit it sometimes. Alright, but anyways, being that this is my solo episode, my co-host D couldn't make it today. He's a little under the weather. We're just going to pray that it's not COVID. They got new strands out there. Like every day they got a new strand of weed, every day they got a new strand of COVID. So y'all be careful. But anyways, the same way we do it, well, first of all, let me start off by saying this. I can never forget this. First and foremost, I gotta thank Blue Dream Smoke Shop for the location. Like I said, even though I'm shooting solo today, I'm still here. I'm still putting something out. So I gotta at least have something. Just something. Anything is better than nothing is what I was told. And that's not always true either, but to each his own. Alright, but anyways, we're gonna kick this thing off with the highlights. Let me hit this a few more times, y'all. I'm just trying to get in the zone, get my mind right, and then I'm gonna go into the highlights. But like I said, this is different than most episodes, so I'm not gonna go over everything I normally go over. I'm gonna just go over stuff that I wanna go over. So y'all just bear with me. Let me hit this a few times. Well, I guess I normally start off by telling y'all what I'm smoking on. I did something a little different today. Normally we smoke like 3-4 blunts back to back. Joints back to back. Today I just rolled one big one. I did like the tube, if y'all familiar with it. And I just put 3 different strands up in there. The first strand I put in there was cereal milk. Now, if y'all don't know what that is, which I've had a couple times, go ahead and do your research. The most beautiful thing about cereal milk is if you smell it, it actually kind of smells like cereal milk. Like you just ate some tricks or some Fruity Pebbles or something like that. Take my word for it. Other than that, the second one I put in there was Mendo Breath. And y'all can do y'all research on that one. That's actually one of the ones that puts you down. So be careful if you got shit to do. You know, you got to go to work in a couple hours. Don't hit this and sit down on the couch because you might fall asleep, is all I'm saying. And the third one I put in there was can't remember, but it's something. I'll tell y'all in a second. Give me a few. I remember garlic cookies. And I know it's supposed to be a good strand. I think it's called GMO. But I'm going to be real with you. Like, I can't get over the smell of it because it kind of do smell like garlic. But it's actually a mix between, I want to say Girl Scout cookies and something else. And y'all know anything mixed with Girl Scout cookies is a banger. So, it's going to be a shorter than usual episode, but I will hit some key points. And those really interested in the things that I'm interested in, y'all should enjoy this episode. So just bear with it, young brother. We're going to start off like we start off every episode as if this was the Double Jointed Podcast. We're going to kick it off with some highlights. And y'all know what I say about the highlights. When I read them, you know, I like to light and get high before I read my highlights. So let's get into that. First and foremost, y'all, we got to start off with the sad news. And this isn't new news. I mean, it's happened already, but, you know, it's been a while. We shouldn't have left you. So we're going to start off with two rest in peace. The first rest in peace is to young Dolph out of Memphis, Tennessee. Rest in paradise, young brother. Gone way too early. I'm not gonna front. I was not a fan of his music. I didn't listen to his music like that. But from what I hear, he was a really good, solid individual, and he did a lot for his community. So to me, you know, he was a great person. And I didn't hear anything bad about him. Actually, I mean, he had like some industry beef, and people tend to believe that's the reason he ended up dead. But you know. That's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about that. We're just here to say rest in peace to young Dolph. And also rest in peace to fashion icon Virgil Abloh. Am I saying your last name right? I don't know. But Virgil, y'all know who I'm talking about. Kanye West talked about him all the time. He ended up getting the dream job that Kanye West wanted. Somebody said there might have been a rift there. I don't know if they was on speaking terms before he died, but again, that's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to say rest in peace to Virgil. I think he was the fashion designer for Louis Vuitton. I think that's the dream job that Kanye West wanted, that he ended up getting. So, rest in paradise to Virgil. Rest in paradise to young Dolph. And let's get into this thing. Now, yesterday, I had the pleasure of going on YouTube and tuning in. I know I'm not the only person that thought it started at 6:30, because they said when you went to YouTube, it said 6:30 for Bone Thugs and Harmony versus 3 6 Mafia. When technically they were saying it was like 6:30 in California, 9:30 here. So a lot of us was on there early trying to, you know, figure out what was going on with the stream. But when it started, we wasn't disappointed. A little disappointed. But anyways, who did y'all have going into this battle, and did that change coming out of the battle? And I'm talking about versus between Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3 6 Mafia. Now, if I am to be honest with you, I was thinking that, you know, I was looking at both sides of the coin, and I'm like, man, 3 6 Mafia got some bangers, and they got more recent bangers. But I'm like, man, Bone Thugs and Harmony got some history, like some shit. Not to mention, they was the only group, to my knowledge, to ever do a song with Biggie and Tupac. Let that suck in. So that means they got, right off the rip, those two songs you already know gonna win whatever song they go against, because just that story I just told you behind it. Just the backstory on it. The only group ever to do a song, maybe the only people ever. I don't even know if an individual had a song with Biggie and Tupac beside. No, I don't know. I don't believe so. But anyways, so going into it, I looked at it like, maybe Bone Thugs and Harmony. I mean, strong case for 3 6 Mafia. Like I said, they got some bangers. Ever since I could remember, I've been popping my collar, sipping on some scissor, just to name a couple. But anyways, coming out of it, well, first of all, let's talk about what happened during it. I know the number one thing that everybody was online, I'll say that, more than the battle itself, was the little scuffle that broke out, like maybe 15 minutes into them performing. And I say to them performing because in the beginning they had like a DJ battle. I'm gonna be real with you. I was in and out of the DJ battle because I felt like that was just fluff. I felt like it was in the backstage getting high as shit, trying to get ready, rehearsing, and they just brought the DJs out to do their little thing. No disrespect to the DJs, because without the DJs, there is no party. But 15 minutes into the actual verses, Busy Bone felt disrespected, and I thought he threw the microphone, but maybe it was a bottle of water. I mean, y'all can let me know in the comment section. So when that happened, you know, a little brawl broke out or whatnot, but it wasn't a serious brawl, because when you watching the slow motion, it ain't like nobody got beat up. I mean, it was a few punches thrown. But it, you know, rich people shit. They wasn't there to fight. Trust me, they way past that. So like grown people, they got it together. It took about 10 minutes. They got it back together, and then they got back onto performing. Now, what I will say about this versus is Bone didn't make the greatest choices as far as songs, because Bone got a lot of bangers. I mean, a lot of bangers. And some of the route they decided to go was more like the harmonizing route, which is cool. You dig. You know, if I could teach the everyday world to be a thug and hum it, you know, that type of shit. And I don't think in a versus battle that you want to bring too much, if you a rap group, too much R&B stuff, because it's going to be a battle. You understand? So y'all should come out swinging swords, Excaliburs and stuff. Not Boyz II Men in it. No disrespect to Bone, because that's one of my favorite groups growing up, and I know a lot of your songs. That's all I'm saying. Like, 3 6 Mafia more so was really trying to take your head off. But in the end, I don't know. It could go either way. I don't think I saw every single round. I was disappointed by the fact I don't think it's a few songs that I got to hear. And to my understanding, it was like 4 songs left out of 20, so they might have played 16 songs apiece. But they had to wrap it up. And I'm assuming the reason they had to wrap it up is because of the time that was taken off from when the fight or the potential fight almost broke out. That took up a lot of time. So I feel like because of that, you know, we missed out on 4 more additional songs. Some songs that we was looking forward to, like First of the Month by Bone. I don't think they played that, which is crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, I'm trying to get this mic right, y'all. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Well, all right then.
So I guess coming out of it, I gotta look at it one more time. I think it could go either way, but it was a good battle. It was a lot of people that was like features. I'll say that. Like good ones too. Like Terrence Howard did. You know it's hard out here for a PM when you're trying to get the money for the rent. He rapped that song, which you know he did that song for Hustlin' Floor, I believe it was. But it was written by 3 6 Mafia. So he did that song for 3 6 Mafia. And then you had Lil Wayne do a song with 3 6 Mafia. Oh no, he did a song with Juicy J. You know what I'm talking about? dang, what's that song? Juicy J. We say you say no to ratchet hoes. Juicy J. Can't something I can't think of right now. You know what song I'm talking about, anyways. Bands that make her dance. Bands that make her dance. That song. So and it's funny because you got to consider the fact that even though they're doing a group battle, that they can't do their individual songs. So on their side, they have more recent hits by, Juicy J, because he was still making music for a while in the industry. And on the other side, the person that was making the most recent music was Busy Bone. So you had songs that he had by himself. So they both had some bangers. The only song I wish I would have heard, I'm not Busy Bone, I'm sorry. Busy Bone. Is it Lazy Bone? Lazy Bone. I hope I'm saying the right one, Lazy Bone. The only song I wish that he would have did that I didn't hear was a song that he did with Tech Nine. And I know y'all probably don't know what song that is, but just look it up. Just look up Tech Nine, and I think it's Lazy Bone. If I'm wrong, y'all, let me know in the comment section. If I think of the right name during